I think that was my best show in New York ever.
Hey, it's 7 in the morning, but it's me, Laura Sound, and Rosenberg, and we have the amazing Anjelah Johnson.
Best tacos of life are the Chelsea Market in New York.
So cool being at this club, just like walking through Times Square and all the broke down Disney characters. Scalper invited me to my own show.
I had a lady try to sneak into my green room, and we caught it on tape. You guys, welcome back to AJ on the Road. This episode, we go to New York City. I love New York with all my corazon. Like, it's one of my favorite cities. And I was so excited because it was Eddie's first time in New York, so I got to show him like some of my favorite spots. And it was such a cool weekend. We did some writing. I have a bunch of friends there. I got to go to the famous hip hop radio station Hot 97. I was a Broadway star. What else? It was just such a good weekend. Oh, I had a lady try to sneak into my green room, and we caught it on tape. So let's just dive right in to AJ on the Road in New York.
Best tacos of life are the Chelsea Market in New York. And when somebody first told me this, I was like, blasphemy, don't talk to me. The best tacos are not on the East Coast. Get out of my life. But then I realized the guy who was telling me this is from Mexico. So I was like, all right, you have a little validity to what you're saying. I will trust you enough to try it once. And it changed my life. It's homemade tortillas, the meat, everything perfect. And there's always a line like out the door. And it's amazing. So we're gonna go there.
Nice. That's true though, we are everywhere.
We are. But you would think like the best Mexican food in the United States is gonna be like San Diego.
Texas. I was looking with Texas.
Tex-Mex, sure. It's the best.
Is that my cheat meal? Was tacos?
That's your cheat meal? It's gonna be my regular meal, right? You gotta eat something here.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to go ham.
No,
but
But eat some.
first time in New York. I have to go ham, but you gotta eat something.
You gotta try this ham though.
I wish y'all could hear the song in my head. Not that song, the taco song. It's like, it makes you move.
So if you arrive in a city and your shows aren't completely sold out, you have to do press to try to make them sold out. So when we got to New York, it was press day. And listen, I've been touring for 11 years. And every radio interview I do, I get the same questions all the time. And you have to have that same upbeat energy when you answer that question. And sometimes it's like 6 in the morning and you just got out of bed and you have to have that energy like you've been awake for hours. You know what I mean? So I was doing a radio interview, and no matter what, people always want to hear about Bon Qui and the nail salon. That's all anybody cares about. And I'm grateful, you guys. I'm grateful, but sometimes it's frustrating because here I am working on my 5th hour of stand-up comedy. I have 5 hours of jokes, 5 hours of pure joy. But they don't care. They want to hear about Bon Qui or the nail salon. Actually, do both. Hi, good morning. Yes, I'm so excited. It's my first time at Caroline, so I'm excited. So Bon Qui is like, you know, she's just ghetto fabulous. Okay, see, first of all, y'all need to quit with all this messing around over here, because I'm trying to tell y'all about my new music, and y'all don't even care about none of that. It's called Gold Plated Dreams, because I can't really afford the solid gold ones just yet. That's my album. Well, I mean,
And what was
like,
the Bon
what do you want me to talk about? And I was like, you know, you can bring up the nail salon and Bon Qui, but let's not sit on that. Just mention it. but ask me about my Mahalo Good Night special and lead me to that material. Bumqueequee.
The whole time, like, let's do the character.
Can you do a little bit of Bumqueequee for us? Oh my god. Like, I don't even know what to. I guess I should have prepared, like, what should Bumqueequee say when people say, can you give us a little Bumqueequee? Because I literally was just started talking and I had no idea what words I was saying.
Right.
I'd rather sit in the world of nail salon. That's easy.
Right.
As soon as I do the accent, it's funny.
Right.
Bumqueequee is like,
You got it.
you gotta see it, honey. You gotta, you know what I mean?
Right. Okay, it's 8:57. They're picking us up at 9.
Hey, it's here in the morning, but it's me, Laura Stiles and Rosenberg, and we have the amazing Anjelah Johnson.
She's at Caroline's all weekend long.
Yeah.
So go buy tickets and see her. She's phenomenal. I know. I've experienced this.
Thanks, bro.
Here he is.
New York is a real big comedy town, so there's always comics hanging out at the clubs in New York. So when I got to the club my first night, I had a bunch of friends there. It was so cool to see them. My homie Cypha Sounds, he used to be a very famous radio personality on Hot 97 in New York, and now he's a comic. He hosts a TV show called Laugh Mobs, Laugh Tracks on True TV. He was there, came into the guest set. Michael Yo, he was there to the guest set, and I was working all weekend with my friend Joe Larson, who's very funny. Oh, and I got to do a podcast there in the green room with Kat Greenleaf, who created the show Talk Stoop, and I love that show. So it was so cool that I got to be a part of her podcast.
I mean, for great, hopefully, but oops! Like, that was surprising to me. I never did that before. It's okay, guys.
We'll just hold it the whole time. Here, I'll hold one side and the other.
Yes, totally, yes.
Oh, like there's
Like double Dutch.
Oh,
Look at that.
Oh, teamwork.
And it's Anjelah, right?
Yeah. With an H at the end. Pronounce that.
Something is.
Special Mahalo and Good Night can be seen on Hulu. Please put your hands together. Welcome to the stage, the one, the only, Miss Anjelah Johnson!
New York! Yes! You guys sound so good!
I love you, Anjelah!
Coming out of my first week of San Jose shows that I felt were a little funky. The energy was off and I couldn't figure it out. I was a little worried coming into New York. I was a little worried on how my shows were gonna be. And come to find out, I didn't have anything to worry about because these shows were fire. Fire.
Leaving the first show. How's New York?
Amazing. It was an amazing first show. It was probably my best show in New York. Like, I've been playing New York probably, I think 4 times now, 4 or 5. And I think that was my best show in New York ever.
How's it go? There's more though.
My wife is my life.
Holy Jesus Christ.
So I'm writing my 5th hour of comedy, which blows my mind that I'm even doing that. But sometimes it's easier for me to brainstorm with people that I trust to help me flesh out these ideas that I have in my mind. So we scheduled a writing session. Joe Larson came over to our Airbnb apartment and we did a little writing session with me, Joe, and Eddie.
No, next door.
Oh.
Sorry, I thought you had the address. Yesterday when you said it, I thought you had the address. Are you outside right now?
Yeah.
Oh, I see you walking. You have your backpack on?
Yeah.
Yep. Keep walking that direction, and it's that building you're about to walk into, the next tall one.
Welcome to our Airbnb.
Thank you. That was quite
Sorry about that.
That's fine. That's my mistake for not asking. Good
That
to
was
see
your
you.
mistake for listening to my
I
husband.
know.
Oh, yeah, I was asking.
Work wife, not husband, huh?
Exactly.
Mhm.
I still put Jackie down as my emergency contact.
That's wonderful.
I'll
That's really
answer.
wonderful.
Exactly. I don't know if he's gonna answer.
Mhm, well,
I don't know.
Babe, I'd love to make it, but I'm shopping right now. I don't have.
Oh my god.
Look what I found for Jackie.
Hey, when'd you get here?
So Jackie was saying that her back was hurting. So my husband, bless his heart, on one of his shopping adventures decided that he was gonna fix the problem for her and he bought her a rolly backpack. So sweet. She hates it.
Backpack roller. I rocked it the whole day.
And you liked it?
But it's amazing.
Babe.
What?
That'll go great with the walker I got her.
What?
Let's see it.
Oh, look at that.
Look at you.
Use
And
it,
it's a backpack.
use
It's a perfect combo.
It was actually really quite handy because I had it on my backpack when I was in the street, and then when I got in the stores, I just put it down and I just walked in the store like this. I got my drink in there and everything, and then when I got done, put it back on my back, and it was like, this is actually pretty damn handy.
I think what he's saying is if you don't want it, you choose it.
I know, right? Good job, Jackie. We're proud of you.
I promised myself I wouldn't cry. I promised I wouldn't cry. Here come the tears. Oh, yeah.
She's gonna cross the street.
She is safely across the street with her new bag.
Cop, stop her. Ma'am, what's in that bag?
It's quick.
A recent story about DJ April Hunt called for a silent restaurant.
Oh my god.
I don't even know if I was recording. Why did you do that? You weren't even in frame.
Oh,
New York just got better.
Welcome to Hell's Kitchen. This is the gay neighborhood. Good to have you here.
Glad to be here. Next time you get the middle seat. And Jackie made it also. How was it?
Good.
They sounded like fire.
They were great. They were so fun. I mean, look, that's an hour and 17. This is how you can tell it was so fire. Because when the crowd gives me great energy and they laugh at the joke, and then you can feel the vibration and the expectancy for the next joke, like they're still laughing and I have to wait for it to settle down before I move on. And then sometimes crowds just have a weak, tired, low energy, and I don't have to wait for laughter because they just give me like a and then move on. So last night's late show was like that. So I finished at an hour and 5 minutes at last night's late show. This one, same material, same exact jokes, an hour and 17 minutes. That's the difference. I wish I could make every show like that, but I don't know if there's a trick to that. I don't know if that's just every audience is different. Every show is going to be different because the audience is different. Everybody is their own unique person. Everybody had their own type of day. Maybe it was good, maybe it was bad, maybe they got bad news. maybe they were sitting in traffic and they're annoyed. I don't know. So you never know what the recipe is for that show that night, but I wish it was always that stellar recipe, but sometimes it's not. And you just gotta adapt to it and go with it and still just do your best and try not to get in your head because maybe you're not getting a good laugh and then all of a sudden you're like, oh wait, is this joke not that funny? Nah, it's funny. This just that kind of crowd. I mean, if it's a tried and true joke, but if it's a new joke, then yeah, I mean, you never know. So, that's that.
How were the shows, Joe?
This was one of those wake-up call moments, you know, where you open for Angie, you think maybe it's the audience, and then you watch her crush it, and you're like, it's not, I should probably quit. So anyway, so it was great doing comedy in front of you guys. I mean, I love being in front of the camera. I mean, it's not one of those things where I want to leave it. It's just, I love it. I mean, you know, I feel like I should leave it, but I mean, like, how do you leave it? How do you leave something like that? I mean, where are you going? Hey, don't leave, please, seriously. You're looking at her? But what about me? What about, are you? Anyway, so I gotta say that it's not that I'm bad, it's that I'm really great. I'm really great at comedy. What are you looking at?
Sometimes being on the road can be a lonely place for a comic. I like to surround myself with people that have good energy, people that I love, people that encourage me and support me. So I have a really great team around me that travels with me. And sometimes we go to cities where I have friends there and they come to the show and they bring their awesome energy and they support me and encourage me. And so it's so cool to be able to, after I get off a show, just come in the green room and see my friends there to like love me and just be there for me. It's really helpful being on the road when you have friends there. During the show, there was this woman who was clearly inebriated. She kept shouting stuff out during my show, and I had to tell her like, okay, relax. And I ended up learning her name in the show. Her name was Mary, so every now and then she would shout something out and I'd be like, okay, Mary, we got it, thank you. All right, you know, so she was like having a great time. Well, after the show, she weasels her way back into my green room, okay? And then she just like invites herself in and she didn't even know who I was. She asked me what my name was. You just saw my show. You were heckling me the whole time. You don't know who I am? What is going on? It was crazy. And luckily, we caught it all on tape. So pay attention to what happens in the corner of the screen.
Yeah, we're good right now. I got you, girl. I got it. I got you, and I got me. Got us both.
Nice to meet you. My name is Anjelah. I'm a comedian. I was just Okay, so last night Caroline's was amazing. Fire crowd. I'm so excited. Had some friends come visit me this show. So it was awesome.
Did you get all your stuff?
I'm just grateful.
On the way out, it's just around the corner. No, it's just around the corner.
New York was so fun. We had the best time. The shows were fire. It was an incredible experience and I can't wait to go back. Leaving New York, I knew that I was about to jump back into my San Jose second weekend because I did 2 weekends in San Jose. So I was a little nervous. I was like, okay, is it gonna be the same first energy they gave me, or is this fire energy that we just experienced in New York gonna follow me for my second weekend in San Jose? You'll have to stay tuned to find out what happened on my second San Jose sold out weekend. Thank you for watching AJ on the Road. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, ring the bell, ring the bell, ring the bell, and then watch my next episode. Okay, thanks. Bye.